Oh, not very pleasant at all. What about your end?
Yeah, no, it's pretty miserable here. I haven't been out today, so I've
Oh,
just been doing a
okay.
bit of training.
Okay, well, thank you for joining me. And as you know, I'm just recording this. It's just an update, really, on your progress. I know you've been very active. I'm really interested to hear how some of your meetings have gone. But just within 2 months off the course, I know you've been very active. Just tell us really how it's gone from when you left the course, which was just before Christmas, and bring us up to date, would you?
Yeah, well, I didn't do much after we finished. I didn't do anything after we finished the course at Christmas time because it was right on Christmas. So I waited till the first week of January and did the CV fax out that I discussed with you.
Mm-hmm.
I've had about 45 responses on a fax out of 10,000, which
Yeah.
it's been pretty good.
Yeah.
Given the time of year, I didn't expect a lot. I did the Network 100 activity and managed to write 5 contacts down on a piece of paper because I'm over here.
Yeah.
And I've done one cold call to a business that was for sale, but it's created that much activity for me. I haven't done anything else since. So I'll run through a couple of the things I've got so far.
Okay.
I've managed to get 30% equity in a new bag that has been designed for carrying equipment on motorbikes and storing helmets and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got an exclusive contract on the marketing on that. So we go into production in 2 weeks' time, and we're going to do an additional capital raise in probably 4 weeks. So that's worked out quite well for me so far. I got that off their CV fax out actually.
Yep.
The guy just rang me and asked me if I was interested. I've got involved with a valves company. They manufacture valves. Never done any marketing before.
Right.
We're just putting together a framework for the first campaign with them at the moment and redo on the website and a whole bunch of other activities.
Mm-hmm.
Probably have that finalised negotiation-wise in the next couple of weeks. I've had an IT software company that wanted to give me a job.
Yeah.
As a sales rep, I said no, not really interested, but I might be able to pull together a joint venture with them and another company I've also come across that is quite complementary. They operate in the same markets globally.
Mm-hmm.
So they're both big companies in their own right. One does the actual supplies testing equipment into labs, and the other writes the software. So we're discussing a joint venture there, and they're both interested at the moment. I've got one of the guys is away until the end of the week, though.
Mm-hmm.
I've got that pressure testing manufacturer. I've sent a proposal over with 3 projects detailed that we can engage in. One is looking after their entire US operation. So I've got a meeting scheduled for later this week. He's come back to me in email. We've been going backwards and forwards. That's going well. That was off the CV fax out as well. I've had a law firm expressed interest in doing some work for them. I haven't got any further with that because I just haven't had time to address it. I had a couple of hedge funds approach me just today and a brokerage firm the other day as well to raise some capital and do some marketing for them. So I'll probably be furthering them discussions later this week as well. At a kitchen and bathroom supplier, that was my first one that came to me from the CV fax out.
Yeah.
I actually went out to them without asking them any questions over the phone because I wanted a bit of practice on just presenting anyway.
Yeah.
I think it's worked out to be a waste of time. I'm really not that interested. They haven't got the margins. They're just too small.
Yeah.
But it was a good experience actually going out and they raised more objections than anyone else, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
They were really price conscious, so that's where we sort of fell down quick. I've had an offer of a joint venture with a small IT consulting firm, just a couple of guys. They've offered up 50% equity and doing all the marketing as well. So I think I'll go ahead with that. That was one from a Network 100 because I did some work with these guys about 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a web development company that I called. They were up for sale. I went out to see them. They've actually presented me with another couple of opportunities. I don't think it'll go anywhere. I think it's going to be too small, but yeah, they were open to discussions. They wanted 100 grand for their business. I said it's not worth anything. I'll take it off your hands. He's been back to me since and said that they're still thinking about that as an option.
Mm-hmm.
I may be able to put that in with one of the other IT companies and actually do the repayment model over 24 months. He's trying his best to get some cash up front, but he won't do it, and he knows it. And it's just created a whole bunch of other ideas for me. I just need to get a little bit more time to get there and do some other marketing activities, but very happy so far.
Okay, I was going to ask that really. It's the 29th of January. As soon as you finish the course, Christmas was upon us.
Absolutely.
And the new year. So really, you're literally barely 3 weeks in.
I went and I took a week, obviously, to do the remainder of that course as well. So I haven't had that much time.
Yeah. But so what do you think is either the secret of that success or early success? What is it you put it down to? Anything, or is it just following the process?
Oh, it's following the process and just generating some activity. Like if you do the activity, you usually get the rewards. It's a pretty simple rule in life, isn't it?
Okay. And it sounds like few have been literally people that you would then do the telephone fact find and the orientation. So it opens up a sort of a plethora of opportunities that it sounds like you're grabbing with both hands, whether it's equity, whether it's joint ventures, whether it's going to look at the opportunities. Do you think again that
just the thinking outside the box model that David put forward on the deal making? I haven't gone in with just a marketing tilt. I've really looked for opportunities within the organisation that they may not even know about, and they're open to all sorts of things. I had a company the other day that I spoke with, and we were going through their assets and liabilities, and they had a property over in Wokingham that's been empty for 3 years. So I said, well, why don't we do a joint venture on that? We'll set up something in there, and they've come back and said they're interested. So, yeah, there's all sorts of opportunities out there. Okay,
now, if I understand it correctly, you're probably also doing a bit of a day job as well. So this isn't taking up your entire time. Is that right?
Yeah, I've been flat out doing that other stuff. I'm hoping to have that wrapped up in the next 3 to 4 weeks. So
you're going to concentrate entirely on consulting then in a few weeks?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Okay. And how have you gone about in your orientations or presentations when you've gone out to people? What's the sort of mindset that you're in? Can you share that to maybe help other people?
The mindset, I go in with the mindset that I'm going to win the business or turn it down. So I'm not begging for business. I'm asking them, I'm telling them what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And I think it instills confidence in them. I have noticed that people tend not to like to make decisions on the spot over here.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit different to Australia, but they tend to want to think about it a little bit more and come back and ask more questions.
And how have you dealt with that then?
Yeah, it is a little frustrating, but yeah, well, I've got to work with it. So.
Okay, so how do you press them? Do you give them a time scale that you need a decision, or you're going to get back to them? How do you actually get that commitment? Because I know many people who actually never get any sort of follow-on decision, and it frustrates them immensely. Well, it sounds like at least...
Yeah, what I usually say is, look, I'm going to go away from today and think about what we've spoken about. I'm going to come back to you within 48 hours with some ideas, then I'll give you a follow-up phone call to actually discuss it. In every circumstance, they've actually called me back after I've sent the initial email.
Okay, that's great. So
I guess doing the CV facts out, I've gone into to meetings and they think they're going to get something for free.
Yeah.
So I want to try some more activities that put you in even a greater position of power, that they're qualified up front, and they know they're going to have to spend money. So I'm actually going to run the grant system out this week. I've just organised a fax out for that.
Okay. And back to the CV, did you take the model that the top half is just exactly what is on the template and just put a few bullet points about your experience at the bottom, or did you send a different sort of CV?
No, I did exactly as per the template.
Yeah. Okay, and that's great. And interesting, like many others, you had some job offers in there that you turned
Yeah,
down.
I've had a lot of bars and schools call me and all sorts of people and say, no, we don't have anything. You might be overqualified for this, but it's amazing who's been in contact. So there is a lot of rubbish in there, but it works.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Okay. And any, I suppose you're going to tell me, do a CV fax blast. If I say any tips for somebody who's yet to get going, I'm hoping to sort of play this to other members of the course, and just in case there's any that sort of still shrugging off the Christmas hangovers, would it just be activity in the CV?
Just do something. Like, there's a lot of business out there, and people need help. It does. I don't think it's going to matter what type of activity you do. Try the 7 activities, and I think you'll just get some success. Certainly, people are calling me, and I haven't done anything that the guys I met on the course can't do.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fantastic, and I mean, early days yet, but hopefully we'll talk to you in the coming weeks and months about how it's going, and we'll find some of your experiences and challenges and how you've overcome that as well, those to benefit. Have you actually done the business growth audit yet or not? Have you not got into a situation? Probably a bit early for that.
I've actually got 2 in progress at the moment. So I've actually asked them to go away and get me a little bit more information on their financials that they couldn't supply on the day. So I've got 2 in progress at the moment.
Right, okay. So, and have you have actually used the telephone fact find? I know you told me you didn't in one business when you went. How have you found that? How have you found it when you have used it?
I haven't used it as a scripted thing, so I've pulled out and jotted down some notes, and I talk to the notes rather than reading out a script.
Okay.
But yeah, people are quite willing to supply pretty detailed information over the phone without even meeting you.
Yeah. Okay. And it's very much, I think, you expect the answers, don't you? And you're not, I'm sure you're quite happy to ask the optional questions and put people on the spot over, are they prepared to invest, and other sort of things as well. So I think you expect answers to those questions and ask them in a confidence. I would expect that's why you're getting the answers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Phil, it's been great talking to you. Thank you so much, and we'll speak soon. Keep in touch.
Thanks, David.
Bye.
Cheers.